Stadium, home of the Bowling Green Falcons, where the fans have been prepping and fired up since early in the day for this one. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Toledo Rockets. Squaring off with another team from the map, the Bowling Green Falcons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Falcons will boot it away to start the game. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry. On a kick like that, they'll bring it out to the 25. The offense lining up for a first down play. To the air, it's Goodwin. Throws to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Give to the back. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
They've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. If you know you failed, you want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
And the decibel level starting to increase here on this early 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Can anyone catch him? Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets!
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
PAT unit on the field. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 75 yards to house it. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense set on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The lone back's got it. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it first and 10 at the 31.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Quarterback on the keeper. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
The QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Got the big pause on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be fourth down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. It is perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Second down coming up.
Got some work to do here on 2nd and 8 from the 20. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. He lobs one high down the left side. And he intercepts it. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill. He uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
This defense will try to keep everything in front. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Rockets will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
By Toledo. And they'll take over 1st and 10.
First down here for the offense. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down and more. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw.
Fires and picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Bowling Green. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. He does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. He looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the Jets, making the big play.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Power football with the run. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Wide out in motion. Back to throw. It's Goodwin. Pressure coming. He'll take the deep shot. Throw toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. The quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Unloads to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you can tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, wants to throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Falcons will try to pin them back with the punt. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll leave it with him. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Toledo 10, Bowling Green 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to throw, it's Goodwin. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
The Rockets are on the move. Wide receiver shows motion. But jet sweep pass. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to go ahead and push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Defense dropping into soft coverage. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Toledo.
Touchdown, Toledo.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
Toledo 17, Bowling Green 7.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long, ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. The Falcons line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
And this guy's just never been able to get into a rhythm all game long. Whether it's been because of pressure or the defense disguising their coverages, he just doesn't seem right. And as a result, he's now thrown 3 picks in this game.
Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes. Points if you're not...
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He'll run it again. Tackle is made after the first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
They're trying to get to him. He's going to run it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
If I'm the offensive coordinator right here, man, I'm trying to find some easy gimmies. I'm trying to find a way to make this offense easier right now because everything seems hard. Like last week, too, man, just completion percentage is not great. This offense is just not moving like it should, and they got to find some ways to make this thing easier.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Rockets. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
24, Bowling Green, 7.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
Here they come on 2nd and 10 from the 47 after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On third down, going up top. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Carr.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking left. A strike downfield. And the Falcons will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Going up top on first down. He got it. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball.
And down he goes back at the 3.
I love the awareness by the defense here. Everyone thinking first down, down close to the goal line. The offense is going to run the football, right? But this defense was ready for the chance that the offense might throw it. So defenders playing the pass, getting upfield, getting to the QB. Awesome job.
They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Lets it go to the end zone. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Trying to get to him. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB. Finally getting some pressure.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Open runway ahead. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Toledo.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. No shot at a return. It's out in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Gonna take a shot. And he throws another interception. Looking for more room. Bringing the heat. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Rockets will line up to kick off and start the second half.
Number 36, set to kick off.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Will take over. First and 10.
Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Got a man. It's Stewart. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. He built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Bringing it back. Inside the 10. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Touchdown, Rockets! And the pummeling has started. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back. And
there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through?
Flying out to the left. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was
zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Takes there, he gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
At the 26-yard line. Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. He wants to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
got him downfield. And the big gain, they've got it on the 46.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle. And that is a big hit. And that's a hit that I'm going, listen, if I'm the OC, I'm the head coach, I don't want to take many of those. I want to run the RPOs and I want to run my quarterback. But, Palmer, I got to understand the difference between the critical situations when I want him to take hits and the other times when I want him to take a slide.
Yeah, you got to live to play another day if you're this quarterback right now. You know this defense, their eyes are lighting up every time they see you take off and run. They know they're going to get those opportunities to try to put you down. You've got to slide. You've got to try to get out of bounds. You've got to really try to save yourself because this team needs you if they're going to win the game.
Flipping through the defense. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And those outside linebackers nowadays are so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks.
Throws toward the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up for it.
Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking to go up top on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Second down coming up. Quarterback checking off. Anderson will throw. Finds his tight end. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Shotgun snap on third down. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Coming up.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? Wide receiver coming across in motion. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he wants it all. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. The Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They want to just keep throwing it. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
He has shown you why he's so versatile as a strong safety. This is a guy that we've seen come down to the box, support the run. He can tackle out in space, but he's also really good on the back end in coverage. That time in the cover two look, doing a great job with his eyes. And he also shows you off the ball skills, making that pick.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Right back to the well. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. Line getting set on second down. Looking for a man. It's Goodwin. Coming after him. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. He'll ride his man on the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And ball security is starting to become a little bit of an issue for this quarterback. In his last game, he had a fumble, and he has another one right here. He has got to do a better job of keeping two hands on the ball.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to the big tight end. Complete downfield. Open space at the 25. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Off the play fake on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Stewart. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Can the D deny them on second and goal? He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. Running back goes in motion. They'll go to the air. He wants it all. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, BG. Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Anderson wants to throw. And this sophomore's going to learn you can't force that type of pass. Very lucky to get it back. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
38, Bowling Green.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Rockets offense is back on the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head up. Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Wants to throw on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Buck. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He's going to pass. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
One of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers, because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Taking it the other way. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Bowling Green. Why not double the try total and go for two? Anderson will throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it in the end zone for the two as they draw a little closer. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Guys, let's see what Toledo can get done on offense this time. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's...
Hit the afterburners, kid. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full, because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Going to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
They get him down after he makes the catch. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Rockets are marching down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
On the ground, it's Allen. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Goodwin. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And they're able to get him on the ground. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On second down, he'll let it fly. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. First down for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Comes out throwing on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football, getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push and ball security, David. That's a premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course. And when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.